to give you what you need. As we proceed.
Let's turn the mics up. Turn that mic up. Yeah, the beat is locked. Leave that mic up. Turn that shit the fuck up.
Turn that shit the fuck up.
What?
Go.
Turn it louder.
Turn that shit up louder. Y'all already know we back at it. I got that drip on.
Who shot you? Separate the weak from the opsa. Bleak hard to freedom, Brooklyn streets. It's on, nigga. Fuck all that bickering beef. I can hear sweat trickling down your cheek. Your heartbeat sound like Sasquatch feet. Thundering, shaking the concrete. Then the shit stopped when I fall the plot. Neighbors call the cops, said they heard mad shots. Saw me in the drop, 3 in the morning. Slaughter, electrical tape around the border. Old school, new school, need to learn though. I burn, baby, burn like disco inferno.
Let's get tapped in, boy.
Excuse the whole potato. Niggas know the lyrical molesting.
Hey, man. Y'all ain't coming for all that, man. Let's get tapped in. Let's get tapped in, man. Let's get it. We gonna turn this up. Try to turn all this shit up. Can y'all? Yep. Okay. Here we go. All right, we should be good. Let's tap in, man. What's good, man? Y'all already know. It's your main man, Big Frank. And I'm back at it again, man. And I'm Tucson's most underrated. The most underrated in general, man. I'm tapped in. We is back with some Falcons content, man. We've been on some rap reaction tears lately. Go check out some of my recent rap reactions, man. We're going to get some other stuff posted and drop, man. But we got that drip on! So y'all already know we're about to deep dive into this Falcons content. We played the Seattle Seahawks this week, man. Great win off last week against the Panthers. So it's time to tap in. We got a real opponent coming up. I believe we are going to Seattle too as well. So we gotta go make this our home and take home field advantage from them and make the Seattle nest the Falcons nest, baby. So we tapped in for sure, man. We got a lot of things to work on for surely, especially on the pass rush side on defense. That's probably the biggest thing I would say. Offense is really clicking right now. Zach Robinson is cooking up a motherfucking storm. Kirk Cousins is getting comfortable. He's getting used to having all those weapons out there. The weapons is getting more confident with Kirk. And it looks like everything's coming together. We can have a really balanced offense with the way that we played against the Panthers. I mean, the run was phenomenal. We get the run going and the pass going, golly, it's gonna be dangerous. But let's tap in, man. We going first. We got some interviews we're gonna tap into. We got some film sessions we're gonna tap into from last week. We not gonna do the film sessions. As good as you already know, Limstrong, they was out there blocking their asses off, man. Charlie Warner, I mean, he was a great picker from 49ers. He was blocking real well, good seal blocks at that tight end position. Tyler Algier was mic'd up that game, so that's something that we probably should have tapped into. So I'm late on that, but let's get into this Raheem Morris interview a little bit. So if you haven't already, man, bang that like button, bang that subscribe button. We're not gonna make this video too long, but we are gonna watch this interview for a little bit, man. So let's get it.
D-Led's a lawyer?
Can't talk until they give me a thumbs up. What did you say, Allison? Say that again. D-Led? Yeah, nothing shocks me about D-Led. He complains every day. Can't tell he's a lawyer?
He definitely complains every day.
That's what he does.
D-Led!
This guy complains about everything. What's up, Led? How you doing, man?
Chronic.
Good day. Got my thumbs up, D-Led, so we can go. Everything else is pretty much the same we talked the other day. Micah, obviously, the big injury coming out that day. We'll see what Just is as we move through the week. But everything else is pretty much status quo as that goes.
Yes, Coach, you talked Matt Hennessy was added to the roster. Where does he fit in that center guard?
Matt
rotation?
Hennessy.
So Matt was
he
had
was
been
added to
flexed
the
up the
practice
last 3
squad.
weeks. You know, obviously you get the
Man.
maximum of 3 flexes with the guy, then you got to make a decision.
He was
Darman's
drafted by
still
the previous
down,
regime.
as our starting center.
Darman
Mills has been
stole
out there
his
working
spot.
for us. Matt Hennessy been put in that position to go out there and back up as a backup center, and you had to make that decision. We put him on a roster this week. We used that Michael Abernathy spot to put him up to get him ready to go in case we need him if anything would happen.
Thicker, fuller hair starts with Hims. Discover sprays, chews, and serums made with clinically proven ingredients.
Quiet day. Josh, you got something?
How big or small are your adjustments when you're facing a team like a Seattle, team you don't see very often, versus a New Orleans or Tampa Bay, a team you see all the time?
Valid question.
I've kind of seen these guys a lot just being in their division, but it's not the adjustments. It's more so having a new coordinator in Grubbs that's there, obviously from college, and some of the stuff that he's done with Michael Penix when they had a lot of success last year. So it's about what he's going to be and how much better he's going to get every single week. No different than like a Zach Robinson calling it for the first time in this league. It'd be the same thing with Grubbs calling for the first time. They got the growth mindset. You can continue to see they want to get better and better every single week. And the same thing on defense, having a new coordinator in Adam Durde. Obviously, we know a lot about Adam Durde, but being with Mike and the stuff they want to do on defense, as well as same thing on special teams with their coordinator, coming from Michigan, the Harbaugh background, having all those things, the development of those guys. So 3 new guys doing 3 different jobs. You're always going to have
Raheem
some type of
coached
some type of
against them for
adjustments you're going to have to make.
tons of time for the last
in-game.
couple of years with the Rams.
Having
So.
breakout year right now. What have you seen
But a whole
as
new
far as the
team.
evolution from OTAs to training camp to now?
Whole new regime there.
Like I said, when we met, he talked about wanting to take this leadership role in a serious type of demeanor, and he's done that right from the beginning. So right from OTA days, I can already feel the urgency and what he wanted to be. And his coach, Ike Hilliard, has done a great job with him, along with KJ and Chandler Witt, guys that are in that room and talking about how we want to detail the things that we want to do within our offense. So watching him evolve into an inside-outside player has been a lot of fun for us to just go out and do this process. And then, to even watch him within the installs right now and be able to contribute and be able to talk about what he did or his memorization of the game plans that we had before and what this is like has been fun. Really, for me personally, watching the physicality in the run game that he's absolutely grown into, which you saw from afar, but when you see it up close in person, when you're playing it, that's been something that's been really impressive to me.
What do you like about that physicality?
I mean, he's just a dog. When you send Drake in there to go get people, he goes and get them. And I was having a fun conversation with our staff the other day about, realistically, he's at the focal point of our run game about 90% of the time for the most part, being a Z, motion into it, inserting, doing some of the dirty work. But at the same time, he's at about 90% of our passing game, either 1 or 2 or at least 3 on just about most of our concepts. So you're talking about a guy that's getting a lot of high volume in both the run and the pass game, and he's going to be a busy young man a lot, right? So it's like, how do you get ways to maybe rest him at times or maybe get him out there a little bit more to do some different things? So it's like he's done a nice job. I'm really proud of him.
When you were in LA and he was obviously at USC, was he on your radar at all in college and then when he was in the league?
So funny, man. I do not like watching college football during football season because I know I'm going to have to watch a bunch of it in the off season. And it's kind of nice to sit in your office and be shocked when everybody else is not. So I can't say I watch a whole lot of college football other than my buddies. So I will watch Texas this week. I will watch Penn State because of James Franklin. Obviously, I watch Georgia because I'm here in Georgia now, and you got to be a Bulldog fan being here, and the people on our staff with Nick Jones, some of those people. But definitely not a great college football fan. But I did know who Drake was, obviously.
Wait. You're friends with James Franklin? Hey, man. Anybody with the name Franklin is gang gang.
I was out there and got a chance to watch those guys locally, especially being on the time change and all that thing. They was always playing at night. So it was always fun to watch those guys.
On the Carolina win, you talked about Drake being, quote unquote, kind of like another offensive lineman. When you go back and you watch the film from that game, how much did that validate that?
It's been
Ask questions about Seattle. Nobody gives a fuck.
Watching him add on to the run game.
I mean,
be able to insert,
nobody cares.
Just different things at the point of attack. We got combinations with tackles. He's got combinations with tight ends. He's got a bunch of different things that he does. So, He's really done a nice job in our run game, and he still has more. You know, he still strives for more. He still strives to be a better all-around player in every aspect of what we ask him to do. So I really fires you up.
Speaking of watching guys, did you get a chance to watch Ulbrich and Jets 99? Did you
You do. You turn it on. His background noise. I got a chance to watch those guys.
reach out to him? Did he reach out to you? I know he's been busy, kind of thrust into a new role. Did y'all talk any about it?
We spoke before the game. Obviously, we spoke early in that week. He called me on the way to the stadium. Just excited, opportunity to go out there and put it on display and do some different things, some different roles. We talked about some of the things that I went through when I was here in Atlanta and doing it for the first time, or the first time as an interim.
Right.
You know, taking over mid-season and how you do things and how you got to go about it, and just being brutally honest. You guys can remember we were here together. I just kind of came out and spoke the truth, my version of it, at least, and tried to tell my staff that way, and we just did it that way. So it was really fun to go watch your guy go out there and orchestrate the whole deal and almost pull off a win.
Was there like one game day nugget that you told him, like, this is going to surprise you? Don't let this surprise you.
I don't know if it's a nugget. You know, you just kind of speak from the heart and just from your own personal experience and what you're trying to do. Is like, you know, I've been in that position as interim or as the head coach when you call in the defense and when you want to be able to click over to make sure you have people that can fill you in or doing what you need to get done when you're not doing it from the other perspective. So, you know, you just can't expect people to do those things. You kind of want to tell them, you know, what your expectations are and what you need from them when you're doing some of these other different things. So, like, just being able to communicate that really clearly is just something I just told them, just being able to think about it and take a second, take a deep breath, and be able to communicate that to the people that you need to communicate to.
Drake spoke in the interview yesterday. Said the biggest difference this year is playing more Z than he was.
Drake?
Drake, yeah.
Okay.
And playing an X last year. Is part of the reason for that to get him more involved in the run game where he can do some of those.
That Zach Robinson is very familiar with, and some of the staff guys that
The kind of guys that look.
he's not afraid or different plays, and you kind of show and cut up stuff was a part of it.
What does Nate Landman being back add to the defense?
Nate Landman gives us like a sound.
We're
behind the
freaking
ball
trash back there,
linebacker that
man.
absolutely can use run.
As good as linebackers we have, we're getting our asses eaten up at the attack, bruh. The rush and attack is getting eaten up. What's going on, bruh? We're getting eaten up defensively, man. We cannot stop the rush whatsoever. We got too good of linebackers to not be able to stop the rush. What is going on? Come on now.
Fits and use his hands at a high level, shed blocks, come off, make plays. You know, last week I believe he forced 2 forced fumbles, always around the ball. Made a heck of a play in that big-time screenplay that we've seen scored just about by everybody in the National Football League. I think Komet scored at 9:30 in the morning in the London game on that same play, and Nate was able to flash back, make a big-time play in the strike zone, and knock that ball out for us. So, like, you're just talking about a high-level ball thinker, high-level above-the-neck player that does a lot of really good things for us.
When he and Anderson
We
are
need
both healthy,
more.
do you have to like game plan differently among
We
their
need
assets
more.
and their strengths?
No, I can't wait for
We
him to
need
get back.
them
I
to
like
fill
problems,
gaps
you know, like,
and tackle.
Those are
I've
really
seen
good
too
problems.
much
We talked
film
about
of
it
them
at the beginning
getting
of the year, how
washed
you play all
up.
3 of those guys, and we kind of started doing some things and playing with packages and getting them in there in certain spots.
Too many times,
and making
the
them really
safeties
compete
are the
and
first
get at a
one
high
to
level and be able
tackle
go out
to
there
hit
and
the
play.
running
So, like,
back.
when he gets back,
That is
that
not
fires us up.
good.
JD's thrown himself into the mix. So, like, the more
Not
things you can have,
good.
the more opportunities you can provide for your guys and your players. The harder the guys go, the better practice is, the more competitive the nature is. You know, we got a competitive deal just in our own personal department that you work in. You know, you guys write, everybody's writing over there. It's awesome. And then I can't wait to read you guys' articles. I don't read anything, I'm just joking.
I know college and NFL are obviously different, but with Michael Penix's familiarity with Grubb, like, you kind of ask him what is he like, his tendencies, like what it was like working with him.
Yeah, Allison, tell Grubb, man, we got Michael Penix in the room right now. We didn't let him out for 3 days. We got a light in his face shining on him, man, making us give us everything, man. We got every signal, so make sure he changed every single signal. No, I'm just kidding, man. Obviously, he talks about the stuff that he knows from when he played for the guy in college and some of the mentality and things of that nature. But, you know, everybody in National Football Leagues question guys that played on different teams and be able to talk about those things, and having the guy that he coached last year and did a heck of a job with that we got a lot of fondness for, obviously. We got a lot of respect for Grubbs and what he's been doing.
Gino and Kirk are both guys who have kind of come into their own later in their careers, and as we
You said Gino and Kirk?
yeah,
A little different.
but they both you know have reached new levels later on, you know, at an age that most guys don't necessarily. And I wonder if you see Tom and you see Aaron, you see the
Makes up, I mean, the individual path of Gino and Kirk, but definitely
How much does Charlie Warner help what you guys are trying to do offensively?
he should be offended that I
He's
didn't
a
call
great
him
blocker.
this offensive lineman.
But we're gonna cut this off right here. Sorry, Raheem. The reporters don't seem to be asking any questions about Seattle or like what we're planning on doing. And not that he would even explain that, but like I'm just saying, just trying to get a better idea. So we're gonna cut it off right now. All I had to say is this: from the real Falcons reporter, Big Frank TV, Tucson Most Underrated Entertainment. Atlanta, you better come to play. Seattle is good. Okay, Geno Smith is a beast when he has time. He can throw that rock. Seattle's got dangerous weapons. They got DK Metcalf. They got Tyler Lockett. They got freaking what's his face Jackson, Bo Smith. You know what I'm saying, boy from Ohio State. So they got some demons. They got Kenneth Walker back there, and we cannot stop the gosh darn run. They also got freaking Zach Chubanet, whatever the big boy from UCLA. So they got some dogs back there. We gotta come ready. We need to stop the run and get pressure on Geno. That's going to be the biggest thing defensively. That's how we're going to win this game defensively. You know what I'm saying? Offensive, you're playing phenomenal. I mean, I truly don't think Seattle's defense is going to be able to stop us. I don't think their secondary, they got good corners, but I don't think they can hold us. I'm going to keep it a buck. We've been chopping up every single defense we've been going against as of late. And, I mean, even when we wasn't scoring like that, we were still chopping up defenses. So, we going to have to get tapped in. If we can play like we did against the Panthers with that balanced rush attack, with that balanced pass attack, and on defense, if we can get pressure on Geno, Seattle's offensive line has been struggling. So it's weakness versus weakness. We got a weak offensive line versus a defensive line that we thought was going to be something special, but has not performed to where they need to. We need to get it going. We need to get some pressure on Geno. We get pressure on Geno, we going to win this game. So we need to just tap in and do the things that we need to do. Capiche? So, yeah, man. Been a like button, been a subscribe, but we gonna cut this video off right now, man. This Tucson Most Underrated. And y'all already know what I do here, man. Rap reactions. Atlanta Falcons content is my go-to, man. But we getting tapped into some of the reactions too. So please tap in with the channel. And I hope to see y'all in the next one. Deuces.